weeks ago, I decided that I was going to try to be more productive. In fact, I was going to try and be highly productive. I was going to be an absolute whiz and get so much done and change my behaviours to do it. It was called 5 Habits of Highly Productive People. And I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. Let me see if I can concentrate for more than 5 minutes. And so in this video, that's what we're going to talk about and how I got on. One of the first things that I had to do to be a highly productive person is to get up at the same time every morning. Now, initially I started thinking, yeah, I'll get up at 7. I can get so much more done if I just do that. However, I think 7 was a bit ridiculous. So I shifted it to 8 o'clock. That worked well. Actually, it got me up and running. Normally, I would be lying in bed and I'd be listening to my Audible book, which obviously isn't getting anything done. And you need to get up and get your day started. So getting up earlier than I might do normally, with this in mind, it got me off to a good start. The second thing that I had to do it, because otherwise I would just slip back into mindless scrolling, was I had to delete Instagram and TikTok. So I did. And to be honest, I have not missed it as much as I thought I would. And it has surprised me that I can get way more done in the day when I'm not being distracted by apps like that. There is still YouTube, but I'm limiting that. So having deleted TikTok, deleted Instagram, getting up at 8, that's good. I've also started exercising again in the morning. I've started bouncing on my rebounder again for 15 minutes, and I have started rowing for an hour. So that's the other thing I've done. And that does set me up for the day. It does make me feel better. And I do a lot of thinking whilst I'm rowing. So that's good. And I'm only rowing and not scrolling, which obviously is a real problem for me. You know, I think I've got an addictive personality, or I'm just easily distracted, and that's the truth. So I've done that. And for example, last weekend, I wanted to get the garden done. I wanted to prepare it, cut down all the plants that had overgrown, had died off, or were in the process of dying off. I wanted to chop them down and get rid of them before the autumn, before the winter. And the recycling bins were due to be emptied, so I would have to take all the stuff to the recycling centre. I decided to ask my husband whether he would help, and believe me, he got up. I was astounded. He got up and he mowed the grass and he made it look way better. He also helped me with chopping up all the stuff that I was putting in the bin. So I got that done. And by the time we'd finished, the garden, albeit looking a little more bare than it was beforehand, was almost ready for the winter. So that was another thing I got done. So 2 things: getting up, deleting apps, having a very productive day in the garden. I was pleased with myself. It's nice to have a list of what you want to get done, and then you can tick them off. But I really do think that if you remain consistent, if you limit your time spent on now YouTube, if I limit my time spent watching YouTube videos to those that either bring me joy or educate me, then that's going to be good. By getting up earlier, I have more time in my day. So now I have a morning routine that consists of getting up at 8, then going downstairs, putting the coffee on, and whilst I'm waiting for that to, first of all, the milk to heat up in the microwave and the coffee machine is on and waiting to get ready, I do a 5-minute declutter. Most generally making space on the table, which I do have a habit of cluttering it. I don't know why, but I do. Everyone has a space where they put stuff down, and that is mine. So I decluttered that. I have my cup of coffee with a whole barrage of medication. Actually, not quite so many medications, but I do take a lot of vitamins. And, I have started taking something new. Well, you know, I have this thing in my brain, these wires and this thing here, which stimulates my brain. Well, that's because I had an essential tremor. Well, I was watching a channel the other day. It was really interesting. the one thing that really did spark my interest, and I do love things that help you with your health, especially as I'm getting so damn old, is things that have the potential to make you better. He was saying, and he did show examples of when he was having a seizure. He was having these absent seizures, and he went to the doctors and he was prescribed something that I had been prescribed for my shaking, and it's quite horrible to take. It makes you feel sick. He was scrolling one night on, I don't know, one of the two apps, and he saw a doctor who looked like a beach bum or a surfer, and he scrolled past it. But as he was scrolling past it, he recognised what this doctor was talking about and thought, like I did, oh God, I want to watch that. But he inadvertently touched the home screen button and he couldn't find him again. So then he spent 2 days searching for this doctor online, and he did find him. And he was talking about something called methylene blue. So, just as I usually do, I get obsessed. I watched what he was talking about, and he said that it had cured his epilepsy. It had improved his brain, so there were no longer any problems with it, and it was shown on a scan. And I thought, my goodness, that is something amazing. And he feels happy and alert and all sorts of wonderful things, and it improves your mitochondria. And I thought, wow, and no horrible side effects. I started researching it. There were so many things online, people using the liquid methylene blue, but it can stain your teeth, and it definitely stains your tongue and gums. And I thought, no, I don't want that. So I'd have to find some in a capsule form. So I did, and I ordered them. I'm not on any drugs that would not act well with it, so I thought that's fine. And given that I do have a brain problem, even though it is controlled by the stimulator, my head still shakes like this occasionally, and I have to have it down lower than I would if I were wanting to have no shakes at all, because if I don't, then I fall over. So I thought, I'll have a look. I mean, anything that would make me more alert would be good. I looked that up and I ordered these tablets, and this is now the 3rd day. And I have to say that I do feel more alert, and apparently it benefits your memory. It seems to be a magic bullet for all sorts of things. This is day 3. I am peeing blue, which doesn't look very odd, but day 3, I'm definitely noticing a difference. It does work. This methylene blue does start working quite quickly, and I managed to find the capsules of methylene blue in England on a website, a vitamin website. So watch this space. If you see me being superhuman, then you'll know why. Anyway, that said, I've got my morning routine. I sit there for half an hour after I've done my tidy up, and I take my tablets. I have to eat something before I take them, so I have a croissant, and then I set my timer, because otherwise it's very easy. It's so easy to, the next time you look at your watch, an hour has gone by and you've done nothing. I give myself a time limit of half an hour to eat all those tablets, drink my coffee, maybe have a second one, watch a little bit of a video, and then get going. Then I go upstairs, I do an hour rowing, I do 15 minutes on the bouncer, then I have my shower, then I get ready for the day. And then what do I do next? Well, I've got a list. So I have a daily list of things that I would like quite to get done. And then I have a list for bigger things that I would like to get done during the week. And one of those is to declutter my kitchen of all the food that I've bought that I will never open because I'm not a cook. I think I must have been having a brain thing on the day that I went to Waitrose and bought all that stuff. I had thoughts of being a cook, and clearly I'm not one. So I still have to do that. That is a big thing on my list because it irritates me, and I'm going to get rid of a ton of stuff because frankly I'm not going to be using it. So those 3 things. One, there's the tablets, then there's the tidy up, then there is the exercise to get my heart pumping, and then the task that I want to get done. Now, I don't overload stuff because otherwise I would feel overwhelmed, but I'm going to do it. I shall probably get that done tomorrow. I'll put this video up later on. But at the moment, my subscribers are going down, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. Maybe you could tell me. Well, I do think I know. Maybe you could give me a hint. Anyway, it has been a much more productive 2 weeks than I've had in a long time. I used to be someone who could be on a mission, get stuff done, like when I met my darling boy and I decluttered his entire 5-bedroom detached house with granny annex in 1 week on my own, with 2 skips. But I was working dawn till dusk. Well, actually, well into the evening. I was working like a woman possessed. But I did it. If you tried to get me to do it nowadays, it would take me a year. You know, there you go. Things happen. But anyway, I am getting there. And with this methylene blue, well, aside of having blue pee, my teeth aren't blue, and I am feeling more alert. So we shall see. I'm hoping that with less inflammation in my legs and my rest of my body, perhaps I will get going even more. Anyway, until the next time, bye.